Onigashima! I'm Jimmy.
And I am Anthony, and today we are doing, finally, this One Piece chapter review, 1086, the Five Elder Planets.
Well, this is yet another banger, and I'm super glad that Oda left this before he went on his month-long break. In quotes, surgery.
Listen, he can take as long of a break as he needs. I'm in the camp of let this man rest.
Oh, 100%. He works harder than anybody else in the industry, so when he needs his rest, he gets it. Especially if these month-long breaks produce bangers like these after week.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, this has been like non-stop, like, this is like heroin, dude, at this point. This is nuts.
One Piece overload.
And like, listen, I'm getting right into it because like there ain't no time. Nice cover story, Pride. Ivankov, I'm just going all the way to the bottom here. Just spitting theories, just like fan theories.
He's one of us. Ivankov is one of us.
Oh my god, Ivankov went off. And so
he's just been saying what we've been saying for years. I love this chapter, one, because I feel like it confirmed a lot of my headcanon, two.
Yeah.
Like the whole Shank'S is a celestial dragon thing. Ever since we got introduced to God Valley, I've been on that train, and I 100% believe it. And I feel like
people are saying that all the way,
and
since the Reverie, right? Was that before or at the same time as God Valley was like revealed?
No, God Valley happened like mid-Wano, but people were saying not necessarily when he was first like introduced with the Gorosei. People were calling him a traitor, but I feel like it was once the God Valley incident got released and that it was revealed there were celestial dragons there. That's when some people started like.
Well, now it's interesting because now we have somebody from God Valley here, like confirmed, the king,
and not just
of God
from God Valley. Like he was one of the nobles, like the king of God Valley.
And we're getting right into this, right? Because Figureland, like that was all confirmed. Y'all know already, like. Shank'S Figureland, pretty much, right? Like that's like very soft confirmed at this point.
In film red, basically. Like I feel like everyone's on the same like wavelength where they're saying like this guy, if he's not his father, not his uncle, at least related to him, at least like from the same family or something. So exactly, but what I was gonna say is that this guy was the king of God Valley. This means that like the reason Rox was like on God Valley was specifically to fight this guy, right? Like they were essentially trying to take down these people.
Or were they in cahoots with these people somehow?
I don't think so,
but
because
pirates.
I
they're
think
like trying to control the world.
Garp said he hates the incident of God Valley and talking about it because he had to protect celestial dragons. So I don't see why so I imagine the other side was the one fighting the celestial dragons.
Right. Yeah, true that. Well, regardless, it's assumed that this guy is like crazy powerful. I mean, at least in stature, at the very least. I mean, Dragon was scared of the God's Knights, and if this guy's like the top, you know, he could be in a position of like, oh, maybe he's old and just like has a stature, but he's got a sword, he's got a weapon.
I feel like it'll be a little bit of both. I feel like he falls into the Rayleigh Garp status. They're old but strong, but not as strong as they used to be.
Okay, fair enough. You think he's gonna be like Rayleigh level?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably around there. Like, otherwise, why introduce a character like this, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Like, shown to be like a fighter, he's literally introduced with a sword. So.
And let's talk about this moonhead of it. How
his moon ass over here.
How much more like in your face can Oda be? But of what? Of what is he being in our face about? We got confirmation of the 5 elder planets and their names. Like they're all the planets. Like come on, Jupiter. Like come on.
Yeah, some of them took me a little bit to figure out. Mainly, the Venus Juro took me a second, and then in Valkyrie, which I think in the official translation was changed to like Warcurie.
Okay. I think that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting how they all are like gods of different things, and not the things I thought of, like science, environmental, justice, finance, and agriculture.
Yeah, I wonder if we're ever gonna get expanse on that, or if that's just gonna be like names, and then they just come in as fighters. Because everybody's expecting them to be like mythical zones at this point, right?
I mean, I think they're mythical zones. I said that last week. It only makes sense. Like, Oda introduced the strongest class of devil fruit near the end, and then he shows all these people in silhouettes as different like animals and stuff.
Man, I know everybody's saying that. I really kind of want it to be something different. I don't think that's like a wrong answer. I just think that like we got the mythical zone arc at this point, and I know we're gonna probably have a few more, but I don't want like there to be like this many more, and for all devil fruits to just be like in purgatory.
Maybe they're
of, like,
not all
being
mythical
shittier.
zones. Then what if they're just different type? Like they could be a mix, like ancient zones and stuff, or carnivorous zones and stuff. Like just different powerful type of zones, not necessarily mythical.
Yeah, that's true. Well, regardless, their talk with Emu was pretty intense. Emu does not give a fuck. Emu said.
Emu's like, yeah, they're close by. Just you know, blow them up or some shit. Like, who cares?
He's just
we're
like,
just testing
oh
shit.
yeah, we're just testing shit. Like, no need to think about this. Just the nearest one. Done. So,
Although my thought about it at first, well, I do think that's funny. I think Emu did have a reason for blowing up Lelucia. I feel like maybe his observation hockey and his future sight hockey can see a little bit into the future. Maybe he knew Sabo was going to be there. They just didn't necessarily have enough time to prepare the weapon beforehand.
that could be true. It's either that or he's just one mean bitch and like really just then Oda wants to show like how much Emu like doesn't want like won't let anything get in his way. Like I could totally see I could totally
him
see
being more cunning and like a smarter and like having more reasons rather than just haha you're dead now.
I know, but like if let's say he's gonna be like the devil fruit or whatever, you know, he can be like he can just be like this cartoonish like meh like guy in the end. Like, and I wouldn't be mad at that. So we'll see.
I feel like he will in some capacity, but I also still want him to be smart.
Yeah, he could be. I feel like it's gonna be like it's just like those old cartoons like I can't even think, like Wile E. Coyote, Tom from Tom and Jerry type shit, you know.
But I also like in this chapter how we get to see the different Gorosei react, and like I feel like some of them seem a little more level-headed than others, and some of them are just like, yeah, my master commands it, I have to do it. Like, just you say go, I'll say I'll kill him.
I wonder if that it seems so. This is kind of like a weirder tangent to take. This is just like a historical thing because Oda pulls from a lot of different things for the inspiration for these, and I remember the 5 of them were modeled after like big world figures that represented freedom or like preach freedom in their own right, or like, you know, just were influential political people in the world. So like there's Abraham Lincoln looks like one of them, Gandhi is one of them, Karl Marx is one of them, and then I forget what the other 2 are. But I wonder if what they're saying here is at all inspired and can be looked like I wonder if we can look to like those real life people and kind of understand their character more based on like who they're based on, you know what I mean?
I feel like it'll be a combination of that and then like the name structure that they all have. Like, I haven't looked much into it myself, but I know there's probably like, or not probably, Oda definitely like names his characters for a reason. So I feel like the Saint Shepherd, Saint Ethan Baron, Saint Topman, all of that stuff also have to deal with like their different personality traits along with like the different inspirations they take from historical figures.
Yeah, I agree.
Along with, I'm pretty sure they're like planetary like meanings and stuff, and probably something due to like, I know
they are the 5 elder planets after all.
Yeah. But yeah,
so we'll see. We got, and so this is pretty much confirmed that the 3 other ones that they don't have here, you know, the 3 other planets besides Earth, are the ancient weapons.
Yeah, we knew that for a while.
Well, we got a lot of like talking about the ancient weapon in this chapter.
I was about to say, speaking of ancient weapons in this chapter, that weapon that blew up Lelucia, like to me, that's confirmed Pluton.
It could be.
Basically Pluton is said to be one, it has the power to destroy an island. We literally see that happen. 2, it's said to be or not said to be, it's Frankie has blueprints to it, meaning you can recreate it. So even if this isn't the original like Pluton from way back when, it could be like a version that Vegapunk created or somebody
or Vegapunk powered somehow, figured out how to power.
Yeah,
I think it could also be Uranus. We don't know what that is yet, so who knows? Obviously we know Poseidon, but
It's the only one we know.
yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what it could be. I think this is just like more foreshadowing for how large of an incident Egghead's gonna be, because I think this is foreshadowing like that Vegapunk's creations like are even more dangerous than what we've seen and what we think that they're gonna be. You know, even when we see Vegapunks killing each other back and forth on Egghead.
Yeah, like early on we're introduced to like some of his like weaker inventions, like the goofier ones, like the light beam and stuff, and the food making machine. But we're also introduced to like the sea beasts when we first see them. There are these giant creatures that are like bigger than Sea King. Like Vegapunk basically created an ancient weapon there with the sea beasts, right? If he can control sea beasts, which are as strong as Sea Kings, is that not the same power as an ancient weapon?
Yeah.
Like maybe not in the same full capacity and to the same level, but at least it's getting there.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
like, why can't he create other
I
ones?
think the arc in general is taking like a, you know, that classic like, and this is how Sabaody was too. There's a lot of parallels where it starts like really happy and like, you know, you see like some of the consequences up front, but it's not like as like we're seeing more and more consequence to like the larger and larger technology as we go into it. Like the things get more and more dangerous for the crew. Like we just saw one of the Vegapunks like die, and I think even that and the reveal of Stussy and everything and like all this bullshit that's happening, I think this is even a preface to a larger technology that's gonna come during this incident and be a big part of it.
Yeah, I think this is all leading up to those ancient weapons being those like greater technologies. Like it just makes sense that once we get into like this race for like the smartest, most destruction filled invention, like people are gonna try to take over with it. People like the world government wants to seize that power, and once they have to seize that power, somebody has to create a defense mechanism to stop that power, which then has to get overpowered. So I think the power scaling is gonna start going through the roof soon, based on all of these inventions.
Yeah.
Because assumedly, like if these inventions are created, somebody's got to stop them. The Straw Hats assumedly have to stop them.
Speaking of the inventions, we got quick panels of the rest of the Seraphim. I was pretty excited to see that.
Oh, I'm glad to see that it's the main 7 warlords that they cloned so far. It still could be. Yeah, or Law.
Or Law, yeah, Law. That'd be funny. No, I like that.
Actually, technically, Weevil is.
We don't know yet, but we don't know yet, but it probably
But yeah,
people are going crazy over the scar on Crocodile's face.
Honestly, I don't think it's too much to look into. I think it's a design choice by Oda.
I agree. People are
like, I think he forgot, honestly, like where the scar came from, and just drew it in as a design choice to make him look more recognizable.
Yeah, I don't want to touch too much on that. Like, it's fine.
I do want to know what his devil fruit power is going to be, though, because every single one has had a devil fruit so far, and he said he couldn't, or Vegapunk said he couldn't recreate Logias yet. And he's the only Logia. So, like, we know Dofi's going to have the string fruit because he's captured in there. Obviously Moria, because they literally tried to kill Moria, and they're going to have his, like, devil fruit.
I think Moria's kind of interesting because people are really talking up Moria's fruit nowadays.
I mean, Moria's fruit has always been strong. Like, the problem before is in the hands of someone really lazy, right? Like, once Blackbeard got a hold of it, like, people were already saying, I know I was saying
Blackbeard doesn't necessarily have a hold of it yet, because assumedly he's still alive, right? Because Perono is like,
yeah, but in his capture, he could like force him and torture him to do stuff, right? Like,
I guess so, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, so Blackbeard like has a way to use it.
Or at the very worst, if he doesn't like obey, he just kills him and takes the fruit, right?
Yeah.
So, in one capacity or another, Blackbeard basically has access to those powers, unless, like you said, Perona frees him right now with the whole thing with Kobe going on.
Yeah, we'll see.
But either way, now we know that the world government has these powers. So who could be resurrected from the world government that we want to see?
From the world government?
Yeah, you don't think they would use the Seraphim power, and if they have this devil fruit, to make zombies of people? Like, they have unlimited shadows, right?
That's true. Yeah. I just watched Thriller Bark, so that's actually very interesting.
Like, they wouldn't have to worry about these people dying either. You keep them barely alive and impel down, steal their shadows.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. So you think people that are in prison are gonna get killed and used for the government?
Oh, why wouldn't they?
Oh
I,
man,
don't-
that's dark.
I think,
Oh shit.
but it's
Who's
not
down there?
necessarily
Dofi?
killed.
Dofi's not gonna. Don't nah. Dofi's gotta come back.
Well, it's not
Who else do they even
necessarily
have?
killed,
The
but they're just
government
gonna
is
take their
so.
shadows and imprison them, right?
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's
Like you
true.
don't want them dead either,
So you
because
think
if you
there's gonna
kill them,
be two Dofis? There's gonna be the
well, there
Seraphim
is two
Dofi.
Dofi.
Okay, three Dofis. There's gonna be Seraphim Dofi, Shadow Dofi, and then locked up in jail Dofi.
You never know.
And then
Somebody could be a Doflamingo
that'll be
shadow.
Doflamingo's only reason to pair
What
up
if?
with the rest of them on the Impel Down breakup because he wants to get his shadow back from the government.
But he wouldn't be able to leave Impel down because he'd burn in the sun.
I know, yeah. Well, they have to figure out a way around that.
Oh, he could just make strings to make shadows for himself all the
Yeah,
time.
you can just like
actually.
hold a cloud or whatever. Yeah, he's fine. Dofi could survive and just be like annoying, and so that's how he could. And I think it'd be funny. What do you think of Dofi versus Moria? Of Seraphim?
Who do I think?
Moria?
The Seraphim one? I still think Dofi would win, mainly because Moria, like, he would have to gather like powers,
Mhm.
and even then, he's only taking corpses around him. It's not like these are strong corpses.
Right.
So, like, what does he take around him? If they're fighting Marines, maybe. If they're fighting one-on-one, he doesn't have corpses. Like, maybe you want to give him ores, but like that's not really fair to give to
That's
the
not fair.
Serenum
No, no, no,
Seraphim.
no, no. But he's assumedly like pretty strong. I mean,
I think he
he
has
can
a
still
strong
probably
power.
go like. Well, the power, I guess, like
He
when
fought
Moria
against
went.
Kaido. I'll give him that. He didn't die against Kaido. It's pretty
Alright,
impressive.
yeah, but no.
A young Kaido, he didn't die again.
Uh,
So like,
that's
he's not
such a
gonna
weak
be weak.
feat.
Well, that's all he has.
This is Dofi we're talking about. Dofi can fucking like I don't know. Dofi can do anything to this guy. I whatever.
Dofi
This-
killed his father.
I think we're holding too much on this Dofi thing.
That's the power scaler in me.
Yeah, no, fact. We'll talk about these things, but it's so I think everything that happened this chapter, like we kind of. So this was the final reverie. This has got to be the final reverie chapter at this point. Like we saw Vivi get away. We saw how Wappo got away, how Sabo got away. We saw how Bonnie got away. Sabo's in bad shape. But
Yeah, well, I still want to know how he healed, but I don't think that's gonna get explained. I think it's
just gonna be like any other One
It's
Piece
just a
wound
One
like
Piece
that.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Zoro got
time
stabbed
just heals
with Buggy,
everything.
and he was like, and he's fine now. So I think it's fine.
But yeah, I agree. We saw everything from Reverie. We're not gonna get another chapter of this. We already started leading out of the flashback. I think once we get back, I think we're probably gonna start getting back to Egghead because I don't know what else we really need to see outside of the world. We kind of saw all the big things. We saw Law and Blackbeard. We saw Shanks and Kid. We saw the Revolutionary Army, and we saw the world government.
Right. Yeah, I
Like,
think we're
I
getting back to Egghead. We gotta be. I think Oda's ready. He's gonna be ready with his laser vision to
Laser beam.
to come back to Egghead and draw Luffy. You know. One
Yeah, I
thing
need it.
before we'll leave, I've really got to get this out of the way. Is this Shanks' dad?
I don't think it's his dad, like I said at the beginning. I think it's just a relative.
We don't know his hair
like in
color
some
yet.
capacity.
No, it's probably
Like,
not. Red.
But I do think this kind of confirms that silhouette we saw a few chapters ago. I don't necessarily
think
think
it's
it's
Shanks?
Shanks. No, I don't necessarily think it's Shanks.
Oh my
But I
god.
think it's his father. I think that his
So you think
father
Shanks
is
is
the silhouette we
so
saw.
this is Shanks' grandpa or uncle or
Maybe his
something?
grandpa, maybe just still somebody. Remember, there's like the Don Quixote family. Like
This is
Mosgard is a
Shanks'
Don
deal.
Quixote. Yeah, maybe.
He's
You
like
never
the bad,
know.
He's like the bad deal. Yeah, that'd be funny. So yeah, Mosgard ripped that guy, but
Yeah, he was a decent Celestial Dragon. I don't want to say good because
He's
none
a
of them are really
Celestial
good.
Dragon,
But he was
so-
better than the rest. I'll say that.
I guess so. Yeah.
It is all from the Don Quixote family, if you notice. Doflamingo's
Mhm.
father was another good one. Rocinante was another good one, and now Mosgard.
Man,
They're all from
so
the same family.
man,
I wonder
so Doflamingo just got fucked up. That's why I've always said
Yeah.
Doflamingo is like the most evil guy.
he really is.
He's
I
so
think he's
evil.
so evil. He's such a bad dude.
He's just mean. He's just a mean guy. That guy. All right, y'all. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. This is a crazy chapter. Go read it for yourselves.
Yeah.
We didn't even give a fucking spoiler warning.
Who gives? I said it last week. I'll say it every week. Who gives a fuck if they're clicking on an episode titled the chapter number? They deserve to be spoiled for that chapter.
Yeah. Well,
But anyway,
Like, subscribe, hit that noti bell, and we'll catch you on the next one. We got a break, so we're gonna be
we got
releasing
some One Piece versus battles coming up for
some
you guys.
content soon, baby. All right.